the lower the guitar is, I'm getting notifications like crazy. Let's put it in airplane mode. Why don't we? Hello and welcome. This is the BUNN411. So this question was left on the drop video that I did a little while ago. That video went crazy. So this first question comes to us from Timothy Muscat.
Could I use this with my drop A tuned 7-string to go down to 8-string tuning, or will it not track well?
So can you use the drop to go down to F sharp from A? The short answer is yes. But what I have found, and you know, he's asking about the tracking as well. Does it track reasonably if you're already in A? It tracks better if you're higher. So if you're in E standard, it tracks amazing. And you can go down to low E standard using the octave mode. So if you're tuned to A, going down a few steps to F sharp isn't a big jump, and you can do that. But yeah, the tracking isn't as good as if the guitar is higher. But I think it'll work. If you play according to, you know, what the drop is gonna do for you, as opposed to trying to just take the riffs you already have and like make them just be like, oh, I'm playing my riffs and it just doesn't sound right. Well, that's generally the case with the drop. But if you write with the drop, you know, if you turn the drop on, you're like, I'm gonna write some stuff with the drop, you'll make better decisions according to how the drop is going to, you know, interact with your guitar and your playing and all that kind of stuff. And you can flesh out the problems right away of tracking and all these sorts of things. Also, the drop doesn't chug very well. The chugs are very soft. But it works. Like, it's a very cool box, very fun box. So short answer, yes. But yeah, work with the box as opposed to, you know, trying to get that to be the solution to having an 8-string or having a super long baritone tuned down to E or F sharp or whatever. So I hope that helps you, sir. Yeah, try it out. Let me know how it goes. So this comment was left on the bare minimum recording system, the bare minimum metal recording system. If you haven't downloaded that session and played with that, if you're getting into recording, I highly recommend it, because you can just open a session and start going and then see how somebody else did it and then figure out how you need to make it work for you.
Dude, I love your channel. Professional aesthetic, amazing content, and also love your riffs. My biggest excuse, I get super distracted by dialing in a tone. I usually just wind up effing around with settings and getting lost.
Andrew, thank you for the super posy comments there. That's like incredible. This distraction of like dialing in a tone, like tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, trying to get that sound in your head. That is a problem that we all go through, I'm pretty sure. But now it's pretty on par. Like most modern digital amps react and behave like traditional amps. So it doesn't matter what you're on, but I highly recommend when you choose an amp, if you're doing it digitally especially, just set the whole amp to noon or to everything to 5. And if it's close to that sound in your head with no pedals and no nothing, then you know you've picked the right amp. And then you just got to answer questions. And the question might be is like, do I need a tighter or looser bottom end? Do I need a more pronounced or a dipped mid? Is the high end smooth or is the high end scratchy? And then it's really easy to address those things because you know what the problem is. You know what's lacking or what's too much. And that's really all you have to answer with guitar tones. You know, I know kind of what I'm going for. I also know that 6L6 based amps are generally better for me for low tuning. EL34 amps, I love EL34 amps. I have a Carvin Legacy, which is set up in EL34. I had the Mesa Triple Crown. And that was really nice for standard tuning. But as far as low tuning goes, it has to be 6L6 for me. And I know that because I've just played enough amps. And I keep trying to make EL34 work, but it's, you know, I should just give it up. There's no tweaking in the world that is going to make an EL34 amp sound good for what I'm doing. I just know it's a 6L6 amp. Any 6L6 Modern 6L6 amp usually works. I have a preference for rectifiers and 5150s. As so many people do, there's a good reason. They work really well for low tuning. Yeah, start at 5 and you'll know right away. If it doesn't sound like kind of in the ballpark with everything set to 5, then get out of there. Douse that amp in gas and light it on fire, because it's not the amp that you should be playing. You know, when you're tweaking, you're not writing. Not writing anything. You're not playing, you're just tweaking. And I don't want to tweak. I don't want to tweak anything. I hate amp tweaking. It's the worst. It just takes time away from doing the thing that I'm there to do, which is play guitar or write riffs. So amp tweaking is not a thing that I am personally interested in. Thankfully, I don't have to do that very much anymore because digital amps are amazing and I use mostly digital amps. You don't have to do much to make them work. And if you download the session, you will see how I set that amp up. And every kind of platform and situation is a little bit different. You may need post EQ with some things. You may not need it for other things. I don't know. Start basic. Just start super simple. Hope that helps, Andrew. Let me know where you land, man. Toss the Globe. How are you, Toss the Globe? I hope everything is awesome with you, sir.
Are you able to put non-wound strings on the high 3 strings, or do all of the strings have to be wound?
I'm gonna get the Jazzmaster. So Jazzmaster, it's tuned to E, low E standard, like bass E, it's like kind of like a bass 6, but I didn't like it set up as a bass 6, meaning using bass 6 strings. It just sounded too much like a bass for me. So I was like, maybe I can use lighter strings. It's 30 inches in scale. So I put the Ernie Ball 13 to 72 gauge strings. Tunes to E, no problem. Do you need to use the bass 6 strings all wound? No. You can use Ernie Ball 13 to 72 gauge baritone strings, or, you know, the Kurt Mangan, 14 to 68, I think. Interesting strings, because it's lighter gauge on the lowest string, but I would say it has more tension. At least it feels like it. I haven't measured it, so I don't actually know, but just full disclaimer there. It totally works with regular baritone strings, like pretty heavy-ish gauge, not the baritone lights, but yeah. So get into it, try it out. It sounds really awesome. If you're going for that kind of guitar sound, if you're going for more of a bass sound, I would use the bass 6 strings. When I was using the bass 6 strings, I was using the Fender branded ones. I don't like them though. Way too tight, way too bass-like. My pal Artie has a Jazzmaster baritone set up as a bass 6 to fulfill a bass role in a band. And he's got the bass 6 strings on there and it works pretty great for that. And he uses it as a bass, like a 6-string guitar style bass. Decide on how you want to use it first and then string it accordingly, I guess. Hope that helps. Next comment is from the Ibanez RGR 621XW video.
Hey Bun, do you think there would be an affordable guitar for tuning to D and down to A standard? I was thinking the ESP Viper 200B.
Ghoulish Tendencies. How are you, Ghoulish Tendencies? I hope all is awesome. You know, I get a lot of these questions about tuning higher than G. The channel is definitely about like G or lower, or maybe A flat or lower, but mostly G and lower. We can talk about higher tunings. It's fine. Yeah, lower is better. An affordable guitar to cover this range between D and low A. So the Viper, that's the first baritone that I ever played, really, and it was back in probably 1999 is the very first time I ever played one, which is crazy. It doesn't seem that long ago. It seems like a couple years ago, but it's so long ago. Whoa. So, you know, ESP has like a value conscious model of the Viper. They're 27 inches in scale. And so if you want to do this like higher tuning and you want to do a range from drop D down to drop A or A standard or whatever, 27 is going to be your best bet. It's going to address all of those things, but you can still tune it up to E standard if you want. and it still works. It gets pretty tight in E standard, but like drop D and all that kind of stuff, you know, pretty good. You can use really light strings if you're in drop D or C or whatever. Like drop D, most of the guitar is in E standard except for the lowest string, right? So if you're going down from D all the way down to A and you need a scale length to accommodate all of that, but that's as low as you're going, I would definitely recommend like 27. 27 is going to accommodate all that stuff quite well. Strings are easy to get, like almost any set of regular D'Addarios is gonna fit. You don't have to get extra long strings or anything like that. And yeah, the ESP, the 400, what is it? The 200B baritone. It's their sort of value entry-level baritone. It's actually a nice guitar. I've played it in the store. I would like to acquire one actually. I don't know, it's just like a solid guitar, although I have other plans, so I probably will not buy that guitar. But hey, ESP, if you're listening, like, send me some baritones, because I'm probably not going to buy your baritones because they're too short, but I really want a Viper. I would like a nice Viper, though. Without an inlay on the 12th fret, looking at you, ESP. So Ghoulish, if you get into that guitar, I think it's going to serve you well. You can change the pickups out really easily, so you can put really sick pickups in it, and you know, obviously like tuners, anything you want to upgrade on it. So you can upgrade that guitar to a much higher performing status, although it currently plays quite nice. It's a very, very decent guitar, and it could be made great pretty easily. So I think it's a wise investment for what you're interested in doing. And yeah, if you get into it, let me know how it works out for you. Always curious, like how it works out for you guys. You know, I don't have the end all be all end all be all. I don't have the be all end all answers. I'm quite confident in this being a good guitar for you for your needs. So let me know. That is it for today. If you're not subscribed to the Bun, please subscribe and hit that like button. Hopefully this channel speeds everything up exponentially for you guys. First baritone that I ever had was 1999. And it's only like maybe the last 6 years that I kind of got this sorted out. Yeah, I like making the videos and they seem to be helping people. So if these videos are helping you, let me know, because it'd be nice to know. I don't know. All the links to all things are below in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching, and you know, we'll see you in the next 411. Cheers.